Well,
Okay,
Tiffany saw the Michael Jackson movie for free. No, I'm just kidding.
oh, Jesus. You couldn't wait to the
we are
live.
live. Welcome for joining us here on another Sunday. Tiffany is in Florida. She's down there with the rednecks. What part of Florida are you, Tiff?
I'm in sunny Orlando.
Tiffany is in Orlando. Attending your nephew or your
My nephew, wanted to go to, it's a Premier Orlando. It's a hair show for beauty artists, barbers that own beauty salons and businesses. So we came down to the hair show.
all right.
That's
And Kevin
awesome.
is at home, and Kevin was early 3 Sundays in a row.
Yeah,
Wow.
5 minutes early at that.
5 minutes.
I'm back on the road next week doing comedy, so pray for me. I might be doing the show from the front seat of the Bronco.
It won't be the first time.
No, it won't be. Excuse me. Yeah.
So
But
we
glad
have
to be there.
Donna is checking in. What's up, Donna?
Hey, Donna.
Donna's checking in, and we got a few more people checking in, but haven't said anything as yet. But we have a very jam-packed show for you guys today. Well, of course, you can see the topic. The title of our show is "He is the worst president in the history of America. Prove us wrong." And I don't even have to say his name, but I think we're going to be talking about so many Americans are struggling to pay their bills, to basically eat. I saw a woman, I didn't get the video, I wasn't able to download the video, but she said she had with when Biden was the president, she was getting $85 for her SNAP, and she was getting some other stuff so she can eat. Said she was doing fine. She wasn't doing great, but it was enough. When the orange man became president, he cut her benefits from $85 to $24 a month, and for $24 a month now it's down to $12 a month.
Oh my God. What you gonna
And
do with $12?
she said in her refrigerator, she said she has a slice of orange, and she just went through. She has barely enough a can of sardine. And she said she doesn't know how she's going to make it, and she's not alone.
No,
There's so
she's
many
not.
people who are just struggling. Even the people that like fast food, they say the fast food prices are off the chart.
Mm-hmm.
If you think you're going to go to McDonald's and get the $5 or the dollar menu's been gone. It's just really hard for people today. I mean, over 600,000 Black women have been fired from their jobs, not to mention all the people who have lost their jobs.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. So we're going to start with that today. We're also going to talk about the concert at the White House that was supposed to be celebrating America's 250-year anniversary, and a lot of the entertainers have backed out because Trump is heavily involved and no one wants to be around him, not even his family. We're also going to talk about Kevin Hart responded to his roast. We're going to talk about that. He doesn't have a problem with the jokes. And Donald Trump's name has been ordered to remove his name from the Kennedy Center.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks? Okay. He has to remove his name from the... Why is his name... He's not an educated... Well, anyway, his name is about to be removed. Also, we're going to show video of a North Carolina police officer punching a Black woman in the face repeatedly over and over and over and over. Luckily, it seemed like a Black police officer stepped in, and even though he was there, he was trying to stop the white guy, the white police officer, he still kept punching her. And clearly you can see these white police officers cannot wait to beat or kill a Black person. They just, you know what they remind me of, Tiffany and Kevin? Have you ever seen a shark feeding when they go into a frenzy?
Yeah.
Like when a feeding frenzy, that's what it seems like. These white police, they can't wait to shoot or somehow kill or somehow harm a black person, their eyes just roll back in their heads and they just go crazy. Also, we're gonna there's a trial going on right now in South Carolina, I think. Anyway, a 14-year-old black kid was shot and killed by a Korean. I'm not sure if they're Korean, but I know they're definitely Asian. You'll see the pictures in the video. But the 14-year-old kid went into one of their stores, took some water, left the store. They thought he didn't put all the water back. I think he took like 5 bottles. They thought he only put 4 back and kept 1 bottle of water. They chased him down out the store and shot him in his back, and he died. So this happened in 2023, but the trial is now underway. So, the more things change, the more they stay the same. They don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. And I don't know what we're going to do, Kevin and Tiffany, but, it's been hundreds and hundreds of years, and, and they just don't like us. As comedian Godfrey said, they just don't like black people. And I think I was asking guys earlier, why can't we just stop going into their stores? But the system is set up in such a way where black people don't get loans the way Koreans get loans, or the way Indians get loans, or the way white people get
People
loans.
from other countries.
Yes, people from other countries get loans to open businesses. And I know people say it sounds like a cop-out. We're whining. Oh, stop whining. I'm sure there's someone in the comments going to say stop whining. Like we enjoy being, like black people enjoy living in poverty. It's not even poverty. It's just there are black people who are doing well and want to do better, but they can't do better. Like there are black people who want to open stores in their neighborhoods, but they can't get the loans. And if they do get a loan, Tiffany,
they charge a nigger tax.
If they do get a loan, but here's what: the Koreans and all the Indians, they have a lockdown on the import-export. So they don't, so all the Koreans,
they don't help you, yeah.
Right, they don't share the, so
especially the beauty industry. You
right.
can't, it's really hard.
They're not gonna help. They're not gonna help. So so I don't know what the answer is, but for me the answer is we need to open up. We need to have more black corporations so we can hire black people and treat them fairly. That's the main thing, and I've said it many times on this show. We need more black corporations. But anyway, we're going to kick it off today with Tiffany. Before we do that, can you give me the honors of explaining?
Good evening, all. We are protected by the Fair Use Act. Anything that we say is our opinions only. We do not own the rights to the content, to the music. It's only for entertainment and educational purposes only. Our views only, okay? Please make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know what you think. All right, Carl.
All right. So Americans are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. Whose fault is it, and what is the answer?
An alarming report on the affordability crisis that's being seen as an indictment of Donald Trump's so-called golden age.
I don't think about American financial situation.
New research from the New York Fed shows that there's been a remarkable increase in Americans struggling to put food on the table, and many are now resorting to skipping meals altogether. The report finds a greater share of Americans have become food insecure compared to the early months of the pandemic.
I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. You cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all.
I don't know if people realize the majority of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Like, some estimates say 60 to 67%. Some say 60 to 78% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. Like that. This is horrendous, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine going without that paycheck and
Yep.
just having dealt with that a couple of months ago, and here you are again, right? And he went on to say that this time it's even harder because he feels like the entire message isn't getting out because it's just DHS. Last time it was other agencies, and so people are less lenient with them.
It would be great if people had more empathy. Like if your landlord knew that you were a federal worker or a TSA agent, so they gave you some grace. It would be great if like bill collectors knew you was a TSA worker, a federal worker, and gave you some grace. But guess what? They're not.
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck are about to go broke. The GDP numbers came in yesterday, and of course the economy receded, which I predicted 2 months ago, and people laughed. Mark my words, the second quarter is going to be far worse. Tariffs on Chinese products at 145% are about to kick in, which means everything you buy from China on Amazon or elsewhere is about to go through the roof. Grocery store shelves are starting to empty at Walmarts across the country, and of course grocery prices continue to soar. People who've been financing groceries on credit are starting to default on those payments. We are about to see an economic catastrophe. If you're in this 60% that has little or no money, please stop spending money. Protect your family. Trump does not care about you. Even if you voted for him, he's a billionaire. He won't suffer, but you and your family will. Please protect yourself. 60% of the
It is crazy to think that you're going to remove 600,000 black women from the workforce and think that your economy is going to thrive. It is crazy to think that you're going to remove black women who are basically heads of households in about 60 to 70% of black households from the workforce and think that goods and services are going to continue to thrive and be purchased. It's just not going to happen. See, the plan was to get rid of black women out of the workforce because they figured out that in the past they attacked black men, right? They attacked the black man, they attacked the family man, the working man, and it didn't work because black women rose to the occasion. We rose to the occasion. We became more educated. We became business owners. And we basically said, hold my beer, we got this shit. You fucking with the men. Now we got to rise to the occasion, in which we've done that. So somebody over there on that other side said, hey, get them bitches out the workforce. Because if you eliminate them, the men won't be able to match them because they're already outpacing their men in salaries, education, job skills, businesses, whatever, right? And it worked for a minute because a lot of us are still looking for work. However, you did not account for the economy being this motherfucking bad. Sales are down everywhere. Want to know why? Because black people, especially black women, are the number one consumer of all sales, all services and goods and services. And now you're looking like, oh shit, this may have backfired. Well, guess what, motherfucker? It did. So to whoever came up with this grand plan to get us out of the workforce, kudos. But now you suffer. And we watch you suffer because one thing about us, we gonna always figure it the fuck out. We got a plan right now. Y'all won't know it though. But we working on something right now. So congratulations. You fucked around and now you're about to find out.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. You in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know it, Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany. You'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We giving you everything, we're gonna challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God up above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Yeah, welcome everyone. We are talking about the struggling of America. Well, the middle class, I guess, and the poor people are struggling. I think the billionaires and the millionaires are doing fine, even though they might consider themselves struggling. But Kevin, I swear, I try to eat mostly fruits and vegetables. I am telling you, one bag of fruits and vegetables was $118. Kev, $118. Here's what I get when I go to the supermarket. I get blueberries, I get bananas, I get pineapple, I get turmeric, I get ginger, I get some greens.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? All that stuff fits into one. It was $118, Kev.
Yeah.
First
$118.
of all, props to you for having a good diet. uh, uh, and I feel you on that because my diet is similar to that. And you're right. You go in the grocery store. I was in the grocery store last week and I rung up and she's like 56.27, something like that. And I looked in the bag and I saw like 4 things. I'm like, you ring up something wrong? She go, no. I'm like, and
Mhm.
it just freaks you out. Like 4 things, 5 things will run you $50, $60. Like you said, you get 7 or 8 things, it's easily $100. It's
Mhm.
unbelievable. But it's a trickle down effect. It's like the reason everything's so expensive now is because gas is high. So these trucks that have to bring groceries to the grocery stores charging more money because they got to spend more fuel to get the goods to us, right? So they're
Mhm.
charging now to bring that fruit to our supermarket. They charge more. So now the supermarket charge us more. So all this is a trickle down effect, man. From a lot of it's from this war, but things were bad before the war. Let's not get it twisted. Uh, the orange guy's policies as far as has been failing before the war, but the war made everything worse, on steroids, as they say, because things now, and they're saying gas is about to go up again uh, in the next week or so, because there's no end to this war, and Iran is not playing around, and there's no end to this war, and Iran's not giving in, and they're making things more expensive. A barrel is going to go up, or oil is going to go up, so oil's more expensive. I mean, thank God it's summer because if it was wintertime, people had to run their heaters and stuff like that. It'd be really bad.
Mhm.
So it's going to be a long summer, and if this doesn't end going into the winter, and I've been looking at a lot of articles online, I send a lot of stuff to our chat line. Food is going up. They're saying food's going to go up too. So that
Everything is
$104 card that you or 100 whatever dollars you just spent
Yeah.
in a couple of weeks could be 150 for the same bag.
Listen, everything is going up. I'm here in Orlando and I went to Publix and bought like like water, some fruit, a little thing of milk or whatever. And everything almost came up to almost $80. Cold cut, like stuff that would be probably $50 is now like $80 to $90. It's a lot of money. And again, our pay is not going up, but the economy is going up. So it's really, really hard for people that are pinching their money. You understand? They have children, single mothers, people on their own. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't think people understand, especially people that have money. They don't have empathy and sympathy for people that are are having issues. They got to go to food banks, they got to go to pantries just to get extra food because it is a lot expensive now than ever.
Yeah, even fast food,
Oh, yes.
you know. Yeah, here's this guy talking about fast food.
Fast food places have completely lost their mind. Many of them are now more expensive than sit down restaurants. Don't believe me? Look at the prices if you go through McDonald's, if you go through Chipotle, Burger King, Wendy's. Now, look at the prices for the people that have fixed this. Look at Chili's prices. At Chili's right now, you can go to Chili's and get a big burger or a big chicken sandwich with fries and a drink for $9.99. That's their lunch special for people that want to come in and grab lunch from Chili's. Red Lobster changed when Debola came in and completely switched everything for them. Now they have happy hours. They have $5 margaritas. They have seafood boils. All of these sit-down places that were in trouble because their business wasn't going good. They were looking at bankruptcy. They were like, oh crap, there's a huge market for all these places now where fast food has gone for where it started at COVID to 3 times as much now. The other day, I paid $52.64 for 2 bowls and 2 drinks at Chipotle. Receipt is on my story.
Look at the prices at these places. It's absolutely nuts. And I know I'll get comments on this video. People be like, oh, you shouldn't be eating fast food.
Now, all of these prices, Kevin, you can correct me if I'm wrong, or Tiffany, but is this Trump's economy? Do you think if Kamala Harris were president that we would be dealing with these kind of prices, Kev?
No,
Um,
I think again, you know how I feel about this. I don't care who is in there. The economy is changing because of the administration. That's my opinion. Also, um, it's a lie. I'm just thinking about it, like just thinking about like everything. Like you have people in the comments saying electricity is going up, the rent is going up, everything is going up. I think it's the economy. I don't care who is in office or who would have been in office or whatever. It's just the economy is going up. And because we're going through these wars, like Kev said, we're going through these wars and everything, the oil and all of that, it's making us suffer. The little people suffering.
um, I think it does make a difference who the president is. Because, I mean, people go, prices were high during Biden's administration, but when Biden became president off the back of a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic that he inherited, a pandemic. We were just recovering from the pandemic. So, yes, everything was screwed up. When he left office last January, I mean, when Trump came in, the economy was getting better. Food prices were going down, gas was down, stock market was doing good, everything was looking up. Trump came in, Trump inherited a decent, not great, but decent economy. And he totally ruined it, 100% ruined it with his policies, his tariffs, his attack of the mostly Latino community, that, these guys that work out in the fields of these farms, because he scared half of those guys away or took them away. The price of our produce that Carl loves have gone up now because nobody's farming. These guys that, were out there picking the strawberries and the grapes and all the stuff that we love to eat at our grocery market when we eat healthy, those guys got deported. A lot of those guys were illegal guys who were here working for peanuts, doing shit jobs that us spoiled ass Americans don't want to do. We don't want to be out in the hot fields picking corn and grapes and apples and oranges and all this stuff. It's hard work. We don't want to be in the slaughterhouses killing the cows. We eat our big steaks at the steakhouse or get our steaks from the supermarket. Those cows, and pigs, if you eat bacon or whatever the case may be, it's nasty work.
No, they wanted us to go back in the fields.
We don't talk about it because we see it when it's all wrapped up and looking pretty. But those animals are slaughtered, right, and made into the products that we buy that look good, wrapped up in the grocery store. As far as if you're a meat eater, right? So, or a fish eater, the fishermen and stuff like that. So all that caught, like I said earlier, a trickle down effect that caused prices for everything to go up. I don't know if Kamala Harris would have made things better. What she would have did was not done what Trump did, and that is spend billions of dollars on ICE to make this police force attack people and take away people's jobs. 600,000 Black women will still have their jobs as Kamala Harris was president because she wouldn't have fired them like Trump did. Because those women that lost their jobs or were forced out of the workplace, those jobs have been replaced by white men. So Ms. Harris wouldn't have made that happen. She wouldn't be a woman of color come into office and say, "Hey, while I'm here, let me get rid of all these Black women from the workplace." That wasn't going to happen. So there'd be ICE wouldn't be running around attacking everybody if she was president. This war wouldn't have happened, which means most likely gas prices wouldn't be where they are right now, and food prices wouldn't be where they are right now, because she would have piggybacked on her and Biden's economy, which wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it took 3.5 years for it to get somewhat respectable. And then when the Orange Man came in office, he did everything to screw up everybody, spending billions of dollars on a ballroom, billions of dollars on this, billions of dollars on that, and has done nothing. All the farmers, matter of fact, many of them who voted for Trump are suffering
You talking
under his
about the white
administration.
farmers, right?
The white farmers,
That's
many
not
of
our
them voted
business.
for Trump, and they're suffering big time. A lot of their
That's
farms
their
are
business.
shutting down,
They the
closing
one.
down, struggling. They don't have the workers. They're not getting the funds. There's a lot of buyer remorse, but it's too late now for the buyer's remorse because you voted for the guy. Racism is expensive, you know.
Yes, it is.
so, so they voted for this guy because they didn't like her laugh or whatever the case may be, or they didn't like her skin color or whatever the case may be. But all this stuff that happened over the last, I think he's been in office almost 500 plus days. I Googled it the other day, it was 457. So he's been in office almost 500 days and he's done nothing, absolutely donut to help this economy, help the American people, put America first, as he says. Nothing. He's ruined the economy. He's made us less safer in the nation. I'm not trying to get off topic. I'm just saying he got us in a war that's costing us billions of dollars a week to we're getting nothing out of it. We're getting nothing out of this war. Like the groceries are high, they're going up. Gas is high, it's going up. And people have lost their jobs. People in rich states that voted for him, I'm talking about poor white people or middle-class white people in rich states that voted heavily for Trump in Georgia and West Virginia and all these, Tennessee and all these people are struggling. They're struggling, but they voted for the guy.
Well, listen, they would rather them struggle than to help us. Okay, they would sacrifice. Listen, we rather struggle than let them help some black people. Because first of all, if you poor, it's black people out there that's poor like you. You're saying we all are going through something. And again, he's not doing anything about it. His administration is not doing anything about it. Actually, they're crumbling one by one, because a lot of people is not feeling him. People are getting fired. People are just leaving because they don't want to have nothing to do. People get these sicknesses. I think Pam Bondi, they just found out she got cancer and stuff like that. So a lot of people, it's just, they're moving away from him. And I
Glad you
just,
brought that up, Tiffany, the cancer with Mr. Bondi, and I don't wish no harm on her at all. I'm not gonna sit here and wish harm on somebody because I don't agree with their politics. But the reason I'm glad you mentioned that, Tiffany, because Trump also, and you can Google this if you're watching the show. These are not my words; these are facts. Trump cut funds for cancer research. Now somebody in his administration who's not an old person, young lady in a sense, right? Now has some sort of cancer, and Trump has cut cancer research fund. He's cut a lot of programs. He's cut school programs. He's cut food stamp programs. He's cut so many programs that will help people have better lives in
help
this country.
everybody, not just black, not just white.
Not
It's
yeah,
helping everybody.
everybody. Because I mean, the myth is that most black people are on welfare. We already know that's a
No,
lie. That's a
it's
lie
more
that's been
white people
spread
on
by the right
welfare.
wing media for decades.
Mhm.
There are more white people on public assistance than black people. The biggest beneficiary of DEI are white women, by the way. But they make us the face of DEI when white women have benefited from it more than anybody. These are facts. This is real. So
Well, they trying to shut down them white women too. They want their white women to be in the house having children and doing that. They don't want them in the workplace. Cause I done heard Erica Kurt say, we need to stay home and have children. And you like, what happened to the working woman? But you're right.
yeah. So I think if Kamala Harris would be president, we wouldn't be in the shape we're in right now. I think she would have a hard time because a lot of Republicans, unless we had the House and the Senate, a lot of Republicans would do everything in their power to make her fail. When Obama first became president, all the Republicans got in a room on Capitol Hill and said, we're going to make this guy one-term president. Mm-hmm. And they did everything in their power to block everything that he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. He still got a lot done, but they railroad him every which way they could. People get on Obama about not doing this and not doing this. That guy faced a lot. He had so much resistance, so many people throwing darts at his back, the Republicans, devious, powerful men who was out to destroy him for no other reason than his skin color. They didn't even care about his policy. They just didn't like the fact that he was president, and they tried to destroy him and block everything that he did. They tried to block Obamacare. They called it Obamacare, first of all, to scare off the white people, because there was a lot of white people that were. It was Affordable Care Act is what it was called. And Affordable Care Act was something that Mitt Romney had drew up, and they were okay with it. When Obama adopted it, they called it Obamacare. The only reason they called it Obamacare was to scare white people from wanting to have it. So white people were like, I got free health. I can get good health insurance. No, I don't want that because it's Obamacare. So people, they're so arrogant and racist. They would rather get sick and not have health insurance because it had a black man's name on it. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah,
That's called Obamacare because it really was the Affordable Care Act is what it really was called.
That's the name of it, but they call it Obama.
The Republicans nicknamed it Obamacare just so people in Kentucky, for example, I read the people in Kentucky, because Trump came in office, says, don't use Obamacare. I'm going to get a health care passed 10 times better than that. This is his first term, by the way. So all those people got rid of their Obamacare and waited on Trump to come up with this insurance, this genius insurance plan. By the way, it never happened. It never happened.
It never happened.
Never
Listen,
happened.
I was just talking to some friends last night, and one is white. And we were talking about the insurance, and how the insurance is ridiculous even here in the red states for white people. It's a lot. Like if you have a service done for $5,000, if your bill is $5,000, you have to pay $3,000 for it. Your insurance is not paying fully for it. My sister got my nephew teeth took it out. They charged her $500. So you have a lot of these red states that are not taking care of their people. I don't care if you black, white, or Asian. The insurance is ridiculous. We need better insurance. And if he felt like Obama's insurance or what he was promoting wasn't good enough, why you didn't put together a better plan for your people? But he's not thinking like that. He's not working like that. His administration is not thinking like that on that level. It's not that we black people need insurance. Black people need insurance. White people need but Americans need insurance. Better insurance.
I'm just reading the comments in the chat, and so on. Is we have not said anything negative about any race since we started this show, which is like what, half an hour maybe. But people are saying how racist we are. We have not even talked about race.
No, we're talking about policy. We're talking about policy that affects everybody. Look, Trump's policies affects everybody. I don't care what color you are. You can be freaking pink and yellow. When you go to the gas pump tomorrow to pump some gas in your car, it's going to be $5 a gallon in most states in America. And if you're on the West Coast, it's going to be more. I'm on the East Coast where gas is $5 a gallon. That's for regular gas. Mm-hmm. I got to put the high test in my shit because I got another car. I can't use regular in my car. So I got to put the expensive shit in my car, which is like $6 a gallon.
Yeah.
Paul just said he went to the grocery store and dropped $100-something on some fruits and veggies. And I've done the same thing. It don't matter. This ain't about race. It's no fucked up policy.
Yeah,
This
we're not
country
talking
is
even
screwed up.
about race.
You go. I went to Chipotle and spent $30
It's
and for
real
lunch.
talk.
For lunch, I went to Subway and spent like $30 at Subway on a sub and a soda and some chili. What the hell? Like shit, it was just a few years ago when Jared had $5 subs, didn't he?
Yeah.
Now, so this ain't about nobody talking about no damn race. We talking about okay, what
No,
color
they're
you
talking
are.
about the economy for all
We're talking
people.
about the
Right
economy for
now,
all
it's a
people.
lot.
It don't matter if you're in West Virginia. We're talking about people that voted for Trump who voted against their own interests because they didn't care. Uh, Trump had no policy. He never told anybody about no policy. He lied, said he's gonna do this and do that and do this. He haven't done a damn thing.
Y'all
Still
still
haven't.
waiting for them checks he said he was going to send y'all. He said he made money off the tariffs. He was going to send out money. He ain't sent out money to not one American. He sent it to Argentina. He sent it to Israel. He sent it to all these different places but America. So that's what we're talking about. We think that the American people need to be taken care of first. That's it. I don't care if you black, white, what's called. Yes, black people go through more than what other people go through. I'm sorry, that's my opinion because I'm black and I don't felt it. You understand? But again, it's the whole economy. When I go into the supermarket, they gotta buy the same groceries we have to buy. It's expensive.
Yeah, no. People want to make it about race, Carl and Tiffany, because there are probably people that voted for this nonsense that's happening right now. And people, instead of saying, all right, we effed up, nobody want to admit they effed up. This guy is horrible. He's a horrible president, even worse human being than president. And nobody wants to say, all right, we effed up. I made a mistake. They just want to just continue to try to say that we're bad people because we're complaining about his policies. Like we're complaining about his policies. They're horrible. The economy is
Yeah.
shit. This country is shit right now. Everything's going bad. Global warming's bad. It's freaking June tomorrow, and I was inches yesterday away from starting up my fireplace.
Oh God.
Because it's cold here in New York. You know, like start a fire. It's ridiculous. When has May 28th have I ever even thought about putting a fire log on my fireplace? I mean, we got a lot going on in this world. The world, the country, we got wars. We shouldn't even be in this war. The war is illegal, by the way. You're supposed to go through Congress to start a war. He just did it on his own. People could not feed their kids. And this guy is hosting a UFC fight on the White House lawn that's costing $60 million to put the cage up in the security for this fight, the big fight. Now, I'm a big UFC fan. I love UFC. I watch all the mixed martial arts stuff. I know all the people that are involved in it, stuff like that, the different kickboxers and jiu-jitsu fighters. I'm a big fan of the sport. But the White House, the White House is not a place for a UFC fight.
I didn't believe you just said he's having a USC fight.
He's having a UFC fight on the White House lawn for his birthday celebration. And it's a big fight. The two guys headlining the card are big stars in the sport. But there's
That
no
make me
time. There's no time to be spending $60 million on a UFC fight. Anybody call you? You see the pictures of the White House at the back of the White House? They've been circulating online, right? They got a aerial view of the White House where he's put up this cage for the big fight, UFC fight, and then on the other side you can see the demolition for the ballroom.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that?
I didn't see the cage, but I did see that because I think they put a halt to it. Also, they put a halt to it being built, and they put a halt to the $1.5 billion he's trying to give the insurrectionists. So it's too much. I think that money should go other places. We didn't even talk about mental health. You know how many people have anxieties or they're scared, they don't know what's going on, how they're going to feed their family. That can mess with somebody's mental health. So again, this administration right now got us very tight in the pockets. I don't care what color you are. We are tight in the pockets. If you
That
got
being
money, you're not worried about it.
With that being said, Tiffany, there's a lot of Americans with money. The reason I'm bringing this up, I'm also a big NBA fan. If anybody don't know by now, San Antonio Spurs is playing the New York Knicks in the championship starting Wednesday. The New York Knicks is in the championship. They haven't been there in 27 years, so it's a big deal. New Yorkers are like going crazy right now, right?
Yeah, I heard.
I'm a transplant to New York. I'm from the Maryland area, but I'm rooting for New York. I live here now. But here's the deal. The cheap seats, the nosebleed seats, Carl, is $600 just to sit at the top of the freaking stadium and where everybody just like, you know how much money it costs to sit down there on the floor or in any decent seat where you can got a close-up view of the players? Thousands of dollars. And Madison Square Garden will be sold the F out next week. Who are these people? There's a lot of people with money. Not only are you paying thousands of dollars to watch a basketball game, then it's the food you got to buy when you get there. You got to pay for the parking outside of Madison Square Garden. Most people going into New York City going to cost you $30 just to go through the tunnel. You know how expensive it is to go to a Knicks game, and that place will be sold out. Period. Every game the Knicks play at home in New York City will be sold out. You probably can't even get a ticket right now. Even if you're a millionaire right now, it's probably already sold out. But so when I think about that, and that how much money people do have, there's so many people with money. Tiff, it's not all Americans. It's this whole different world. Yeah, it's the middle class and the poor people that are struggling, that's affected by the $5, $6 gas. I'm at the gas pump bitching like crazy, right? Some bullshit. But there's people that just doesn't affect.
Yeah, it doesn't affect us. It affects us. I know it affects me when I go in that store,
When I'm out at a comedy club performing, right? And I'm looking in the audience and people are out there that drinking. I just performed at a casino last week. People were drinking and eating, watching the show. And after the show, guess what they did? Went to the tables and gambled. Went to the slot machines and gambled. And I'm thinking, where's all this money coming from? Like, I'm an entertainer on stage, and I can't afford to go do what they're doing. People are pulling the slots and throwing money on the tables and gambling and all sorts of stuff, eating expensive food, watching the shows. I'm like, there's a whole nother world. Like, yeah, there is a large portion of Americans that are struggling, but there's a large portion of Americans who aren't struggling, Tiff. And that's the problem, because now the people who aren't struggling don't see the people that are struggling. And that, there's people who aren't really concerned about the gas prices,
You're not lying. I heard somebody say they went to the shooting range, right?
Right.
And I didn't know that they charge a lot for ammunition, right?
Yes.
This person said that they spent $800 in ammunition just to shoot at the shooting range. I don't got $800. I was like, can you give me $5 worth for ammunition, please? Because that's all I'm shooting is $5. Pow, 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 pow. And I'm going home. I'm not spending $800 on like you said, nobody is really stressing that. But that's a lot for me. $800 for ammunition, I can pay a bill with that. I can buy groceries. My nieces and nephews need things. My mother need things. We think totally different. So I get what you're saying. A lot of people
until rich people start filling in their pockets, Carl and Tiffany, until their businesses are starting to get hurt and they're starting to feel stuff, then I don't think anything's going to change. I think when people who could really start feeling like when people with money go, but I don't think it's going to change because they don't care. There's so many people with money that just don't care about the middle class.
All right, here's a white guy who said he probably kind of feels the same way a lot of the people watching the show are, but he's tired of apologizing for being white.
I'm going to say this and I don't give a who cries in the comments. It's about to get real. I'm done apologizing for being white. Every day it's check your white privilege. I didn't write Jim Crow. People who never picked cotton want a check from people who never owned a plantation. I was born in the 1980s. I'm not guilty. I'm not sorry. I never was.
Nobody's asking you to apologize. Society's just asking you to acknowledge and behave accordingly. And that shouldn't be difficult, and it certainly shouldn't make you this angry. We're asking you to acknowledge that our society has been built on the back of those who were exploited just because of the color of their skin. Acknowledge that America still very much operates on the principle that rights and opportunities vary depending on that color of your skin. Acknowledge that whether you want it or not, whether you're looking for it or not, white privilege exists. And white privilege isn't about you demanding to be treated better, so calm down. White privilege is about black Americans being treated differently. Because whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, whether you celebrate it or not, the truth is that black Americans are still receiving prison sentences that are 20% longer than white people for the exact same crime. And black Americans are still less likely to be approved for a mortgage than white Americans with the exact same financial profile. And right here in the United States, black students are more likely to be suspended or expelled than white students who commit the exact same violations. This is what we mean when we talk about white privilege. Nobody's asking you to apologize because you personally are white. We're asking you to acknowledge that black people are still running our society's competition for success, burdened by inequality and injustice. I shouldn't apologize because racism existed until 1868 shows us how blind you are to the daily systemic injustices black Americans have to endure every day. And that is probably the most glaring example of white privilege you could ever give us.
Now that's a clear example of, sometimes I think we are, and I know we are beating our head against a rock when we try to explain, people, I don't know how people watch the show and say stuff like, stop, and you guys have a victim mentality, when all we're doing is talking about things that have happened, things that are happening, things that are about to happen. No one is on here going, whoa, it's me. I'm gonna, give me. No one on this show is asking for any handouts. All we are doing is talking about things that are happening and that have happened, are part of history. But I think what a lot of white people do is they don't want to hear how horrible their ancestors were. So the first thing to do is to deny. Just keep denying, and hopefully it will go away. I'm going to show this other video. I can. Who's that, Tiff?
That's my sister. That's Nicole.
Nicole, what's up, Nicole?
Hey, Nicole, how you doing?
Over here, Nikki.
Hi.
How are you?
How you doing today? We on vacation. I wanted to say hi.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
How you doing? Great show, like always. I always say that. Great
Right.
Thank
show,
you.
like always.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
See y'all later.
Yeah.
See you later, Miss Nicole.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, that white dude is just, I like, what's the name of the lady from MSNBC that when she did the rant saying that white people have won, you have everything you want, you have everything, you have every single thing. What more do you want? What more do you? Why is that guy so angry? Why are they so angry?
No, they're angry. You heard what Paul Mooney said, because we survived. They didn't think that we was going to get that far. We're not controllable like we used to be. They still got a control, but it's not like they're hands-on controllable anymore. And it's so bad because we are all human beings. We all bleed the same blood. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't understand why still today in 2026 that we are still going through what we were going through, or it feels like they're trying to take it back, to a time that was not good for us. But regardless to what, we are resilient, and we still make it work. We still make it work regardless to anything.
Yeah. So here's a sister. She's where'd she go? Did I delete that? Holy shit.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah.
Before I forget, I wanted to mention that also the fuel prices are affecting the airlines. Also, they're saying that it's going to get so bad that airlines are going to start not being able to fly or, shut down for a while because the fuel prices on the airlines are getting up, and they spend a lot of money for these airline, to fill up these airlines, these planes to fly from one state to another state. And so that's starting to affect too. They can only charge people so much for a flight, So they're going to have to cut back on. It's going to start affecting the airports, is what they're saying. I saw an article on that. So
Yeah, because of the gas.
because of the gas for the planes, the fuel for the planes, is the prices. They're saying the barrels. Iran's going to make the barrels go up to like 150 a barrel, something like that. I heard. So now, that's going to affect the airlines. A lot of airlines, people are not be able to travel. Summer's coming up, and that's a big time of year for people to fly on vacation, like Tiff and her sister right now, right? But you're lucky because it's going to get bad over the summer, and people are starting to drive, but then the gas prices are so expensive, and the rental cars are taking advantage of people who ain't flying, so the rental cars are going to go up and be expensive. So all this trickle-down effect, from this bad decision and bad policy of the orange guy. And I don't know what the end game is, but it ain't got nothing to do with race, bad decisions, and the only thing race has to do with it is he's being allowed to get away with it because of who he is. Obama could never do this and get away with it.
Oh no, Obama couldn't have been able to get away with a
So
lot of these things. You know that, and we all know Obama's mixed, but he still wouldn't have got away with any of the things that Trump is doing now because Trump has white skin protection and Obama don't even have it.
I don't know if it's white skin protection. I think it's more than that, Tiff, because Biden was white, and half these people hate the hell out of Biden. They hate Clinton. They hate Hillary.
No, but they rather them.
They even hate Jimmy Carter, and he's dead, and they still picking on him. So it ain't about white. It's about philosophy or ideology. People, the way Trump has his people. Well, we know why most of these people voted for him, because he came down the escalators in 2016, right? And he said, Mexicans are rapists and murderers, and I'm going to get rid of them. And there's a large portion of Americans out here that agree with him. And they're like, okay, we got a guy that's going to do our dirty work for us. And they voted him in.
Well, I just pray that we get some type of peace in the economy, especially for the people that really need it. I hope that we do better with our political field because you see that now they're changing up the maps for voting. It's so much that's going on. And I just pray that us as people, Black people, people of color, that can be able to really be able to still keep firm and do what you got to do and just stay strong. This administration will be over in a few years. What, two more? How many years we got of him?
I don't think we're going to survive that many years, Tiffany. I think he has 2 more years left. But if you think this country or anybody can survive 2 more years of Donald Trump, man, we don't have 2 more years. It's impossible.
No, God.
Impossible for this country to survive 2 more years of Donald Trump. Are you kidding me?
I'm always amazed at how fired up people get because we talk about racial.
You in the chat. I know the chat is popping. What's up, chat?
Yeah.
I want to say, what's up, chat? We do see you. One guy went up there and was like, y'all idiots think that I am white. No, we don't think that you're white. You're the idiot. So anybody that's calling us names, it's just going right back to you.
Yeah.
Okay? We redirecting that right to you.
All
But
right.
again, thank you for being in the chat. We appreciate y'all because we want to know your opinions also.
Kevin, are you an Eminem fan? You like Eminem?
Yeah, I like Eminem. I mean,
Nah, I don't like him.
You don't like Eminem? Did you guys?
I like Eminem. What do you do? What do you do to you, Tiff?
First of all, he is a guest in hip hop. That's it. That's all I'm telling you. He's a guest in hip hop.
I still like his music. Some of it, anyway. Talk to me.
Wow, what happened?
Well, they're claiming that back in the day, and I don't think he's denying it, he had some harsh words for the black community.
I wouldn't be surprised. What white person undercover don't have just a little bit to say or a lot to say about black people? I'm not, listen, I say a lot. I grab my pocketbook when I see white people. I
Is
do that.
it factual, Carl? Is
Yeah.
it rumor or speculation, or we
All right.
have some proof on this?
All right, here we go.
Let's see it.
A lot of people, when I brought, even when I exposed the racist tapes, he made racist tapes about black women and about a whole bunch of stuff. His three white guys, two of them have died now, that he started rapping with before the whole Detroit thing. He would make racist tapes and talk bad about black people.
Wow.
The white boys came up to the office at the Source one day. I was in Puerto Rico. Dave called me. He was like, hey, you got to get up here. They got a whole mixtape of Eminem with saying porch monkeys and nigger this and black women are hoes and all kinds. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I flew up there. I met the guys. They was trying to sell the tape for $50,000. I gave them 15. We because they had been trying to sell the tape for over a year. I gave them 15,000, and yeah, we exposed it. But the internet wasn't out back then, so everybody turned a blind eye. He made a song called. Oh man, it's on YouTube, and it's man, I forgot the name of the damn song now. But it's about black women and about how black women are hoes. They just want your money, and he says it,
Oh, y'all forgot Eminem was racist too, huh? Y'all don't remember he did that whole song dissing black girls? Well, let me give you a reminder.
I surely won't never date a black girl because blacks only want your money, and yes, it ain't funny.
Oh my God, what the fuck? Do you need to hear more? Because there's more. Hold on.
Cause like I said, you're a whore. Black girls and white girls just don't mix because black girls are dumb and white girls are good chicks.
I don't like no racism, so we ain't just gonna point the finger at Hulk Hogan only. Y'all still listening to Eminem to this day, and y'all heard the proof right there, so what y'all gonna do about that? Y'all still gonna support him? He's still racist. I don't give a damn if the song is old. He's still racist. He still said it. Go ahead and put it in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Follow me. Are we banning Eminem? Are we kicking him out the cookout or what?
They call it the racist rap hour tapes.
Black girls and white girls just don't mix because black girls are dumb and white girls are good chicks. Cause black girls are dumb and white girls are good chicks.
Zeno and Maze announced they would be playing a tape of Eminem rapping racist lyrics.
There was actually more records.
Yeah, where he's saying nigga and all that shit.
Because I don't like that nigga shit. I calling black people monkeys and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
A lot of the stuff that was on that tape never got out.
They was already trying to sell the tapes way before I even think me and Eminem beat.
We got to make this the same way that you guys have treated Mike Tyson,
It is an insult to the ancestors.
Kobe Bryant,
It is an insult to the race.
O.J. Simpson.
And it is an insult to every black person.
Eminem claimed he had made the tape out of anger, stupidity, and frustration after breaking up with an African-American girlfriend.
Motherfucker, what? That's your consequences? Saying I'm sorry?
I don't care if he's redeemed himself now.
I had a black girlfriend
Who cheated on me.
and I was mad.
And if that's who he is, then he has to be held accountable for that.
Them tapes was gonna come out one way or the other, regardless if Benzino was in the picture or not.
Because that song is what you call individual racism. Where one person has an oppressive mentality, feels they're better than another group of people, and has an oppressor's position to say what he said.
So, Benzino, used to be the owner of the Source magazine. The Source magazine was one of the top hip hop magazines of his era, and we want to definitely salute the Source. 5 mics, okay? Anyway, I understand what he is saying, and I know he has to know because he had to deal with a lot of the artists, the rappers, and things like that. I'm not surprised at Eminem's behavior. He's a white rapper. I don't know why everybody is surprised, but I'm going to tell you this. The only smart thing that came out of Eminem was bringing Eminem in was money. You understand? It was 50 Cent. It was Dr. Dre that really connected with him and brought him out. And they made a lot of money off of him. And listen, I get it. They made their money and stuff like that. But you got to be careful because all money ain't good money. So you see, he's not rapping like that or anything like that. He does little stuff. But again, I'm not surprised about his behavior. People talk about black people all the time, especially rappers that are not our color. They always saying the N word or this or something, and you like, wow, you're a guest to our rap. You a guest to our cookout. You understand? You lucky you even got in the cookout. So I don't even know why that guy say, is he invited to the cookout? No, he's not coming. He ain't coming to my cookout. I don't give a hell how good he raps.
Kev, the Eminem get a pass?
Not really. I got to do some homework.
Yeah.
To find out if it's legit, if he actually said it, and if he apologized, or where to see. I have to do some homework on it. I can't judge strictly on that. I'm not as up to date on this as Tiffany is, as she just said. She knows who that guy is. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's AI. I don't know if he really did it. I'll find out. I'll do my homework. If it's legit, then I have to address it. Appropriate. But until I do my homework and find out if it's 100% accurate, and if it is 100% accurate, then I'll be in my feelings about it. You know what I'm saying? I think definitely ain't cool. But like Tiffany said, people, do racist shit all the time, right? I think, and then they regret it and change. And it's up to us to say, okay, we forgive you, and or we forget about it, or we can say, hey, F you, You said you did something racist back in 1991, and now we find out about it and we're pissed about it. So, I have to check it out, though, make sure it was legit before I, get caught up in my feelings. But if it's real, I'm not going to be happy about it,
Yeah. Well, I mean, is an apology enough? Is that enough? If somebody said something back in the day, is it enough? I mean, Kevin Hart said something about gay people back in the 80s or the 90s, right? And then he couldn't host the Oscar awards, the Oscar show.
Right. I think you're right. I mean, we have to. That's an interesting question, man. Yeah, I mean, nobody forgives us. We know that, but we are the most forgiving group of people on the planet. So nobody ever forgives us for anything. People are still pissed at OJ, right, for something that happened 32 years ago, 34 years ago that he was acquitted of, and people still hate him more than they hate Hitler. So, but we are very forgiving people, man. More people hate OJ than hate Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's a real fact.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer murdered 11 men, boiled their bodies and ate them, and he don't have the hate fare. Dylan Roof doesn't have the hate fare that OJ has, and we know what he did. So but we're very forgiving people. So we're cut from a different cloth, Carl. So we may forgive him. Eminem is not really relevant anymore. I don't think the dude had a major hit since the early 2000s. He's a great rapper, but he's not as hot as he was back in the 90s and early 2000s. He's not a huge megastar anymore. He's a multi-millionaire. He made his money, living his best life. He's not relevant. I don't turn on the radio and hear no Eminem shit unless it's an old song that's being played on an oldie station or something. LL Cool J's rap station plays him a lot. LL Cool J has a rap station on Sirius XM if you want to hear some old hip hop.
I don't. Yeah, he's not even in my playlist or anything.
Yeah, Eminem is not relevant anymore.
Right.
His he hit his peak, made his millions, and whatever he's doing to live his life, he's living his life. So he's not relevant. But we don't know what he does in his private life. He may, he lives in Detroit. from what I understand. So he's from Detroit, right? We don't know if he may have spent some money to put some money into some projects or something out there, maybe helping other people, maybe help some black kids. Who knows what the guy doing in his private life? That's what I'm saying. We don't know what these people do when they get their money and they get their fame. You know, a lot of people regret some of their past history. We all got skeletons in our closet, right?
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, I'm very particular. It's so because you hear, see people they're mentioning, different rappers that were killers and stuff. I don't listen. That's my thing. I pick and choose what I want to listen to. Matter of fact, let me give a shout out to Jay-Z. He just did the Roots picnic and tore that shit up. But I'm still a 90s girl. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like rap when it first started, when it was the beginning of it. It was like a era, like everybody was going crazy over it. But today, rap to me is too much. It's a lot about killing, drugs, and money. Nobody's building anything. I don't want to have anything to do with that. So, we just pray again that our people will open their eyes. But you already know they're not going to sell positive rap anyway.
so Jay-Z, speaking of Jay-Z, who's arguably the king, right, of hip hop.
Brooklyn.
Now that my man Biggie and Tupac are resting in peace, got to give Jay-Z his props. He's the man. I'm not a huge Jay-Z fan, but I respect, what he does. The man is definitely the man when it comes to hip hop. You can't even deny that, right? And his concert's I think they probably already sold out. I saw the clip. I saw the clip of him at the picnic thing. He did kill it. He's a bad dude, right? But he's also a billionaire. And what is he doing to give back to the community? We know where he come from. He come from the slums of
He
New
has
York
a
City.
foundation. He has a
He has a
foundation.
foundation. Okay.
He has a foundation. You can look it up. It's called the Sean Carter Foundation.
Okay.
His mother is in charge of it. They help kids go to college and stuff like
Okay.
that. So he do things. He's just not saying it's a public service announcement. He's
Okay.
not
I can
that
dig it. I
person.
appreciate that. Thank you for that information, Tiff.
Mhm.
I mean, it's good to know. That's good to know because
Yeah.
him and Beyonce got a lot of that paper, a lot of trees and died for their
Yeah,
bank
but
account.
they have foundations that if you want them to help you or you come up with a proposal, they will help you. You
All
just
right.
got to
All
go through the
right.
paperwork.
Are
You
you gonna
understand what
send that email to the Black Therapy Show? Needs a studio. We need a studio. We need some real cameras, and we need to get this day on TV on
Listen,
cable.
I like being regular. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like being regular. I like feeling safe. I don't want too much craziness because success comes with a lot of craziness and crazy people. You
We
should
got
know
crazy
that.
people watching us. Hey, Tim, we got crazy people watching us right now.
Oh, listen,
I
I'm
stopped.
looking in the
That's
chat.
why
We
I
sure
stopped
do.
mentioning a lot what I do for a living or where I'm at, or when I first started doing this show, I used to do it in my office in front of my posters and stuff like that. You notice my scenery has changed because I realized now that we're on YouTube, we got a lot of crazy people watching us, a lot of haters, so it's already too late. We don't have to be Reverend Shopping to get hate mail or death threats. We can get it doing this little ass show every Sunday. We can get death threats, So for all them haters all that hate mail we get on this show in the chat box, I don't even read it. Carl reads it. I don't even read that stuff. My system can't take it. I don't even want to read none of that crap that's
You
coming
don't want to
through.
read it because they talking about your ass up a storm. No.
They can't talk about me. I'm living my best life. They can
They
talk about me
talk
all they
about me
want.
too.
They can talk about me all they want. I don't care
They
about what
talk
they
about me
say.
too, Cam. One told me, he said, well, I think he said, I'm hungry, I need to eat.
All right. So Kevin Hart responded to the critics of his roast, and I guess he didn't. But his critics were mostly. I haven't seen any white people saying anything about about the roast, like commenting. But apparently a lot of black people, self included, feels that he could have defended George Floyd at least. He could have stood up and defended George Floyd. I don't see anything funny about George Floyd jokes. I just don't. And I'm a comedian, and I used to say anything as long as you can make it funny is funny. But after watching George Floyd die in my eyes, and I will be honest and tell you that I was traumatized by watching George Floyd die. I watched a person die, so I see nothing funny. And if that was me and I were Kevin Hart, which I'm not, I would not have interrupted his set, because Kevin and I both know it's rude. Once you interrupt comedians, we work off timing, and every joke, this one comes next, you do the setup, the middle, punchline, boom. And so there's a rhythm to doing comedy. And the guy was doing comedy, his style of comedy. So I wouldn't have got up and broke his set. But afterward, I would have said, you know what? You had a good set, but the George Floyd thing you said was not, I didn't appreciate that. He could, even after, when he went on the Breakfast Club, he could have said something about the George Floyd joke. But here's what Kevin said in response to his critics.
Yeah, the George Floyd joke, it wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience, but our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is on the table. Like, it's not, I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new. This isn't a new.
I think with certain things,
not say it.
You ain't lead with that, Kev. You should have been leading with that the whole time.
Because I don't need to.
People just want to know you care.
I don't fucking need to prove to people that I give a fuck.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Just this time. This one time.
No.
Yes, this one.
No. If you open that door, then that's the door that people expect all the time. Why the fuck do I need to do that?
I think it's because of how much the George Floyd situation affected so many people.
See, that's the thing about selling out, y'all. That sounds like a man who has been told so many times who his masters are that he don't even flinch no more when they disrespect us. That's what that sounds like. That sounds like a man who made his money, so much money, off of our backs that he forgot whose backs he was standing on. And the worst part, the absolute worst part, is when they brought up George Floyd's brother, Terrence Floyd, who said he was a fan of you, Kevin Hart, who said he wanted you to come harder with your own jokes instead of letting a white man drag his brother's memory. And you know what Kevin said, y'all? Do you know what Kevin Hart said? You want to know what this man said? I'm never watching that interview like, I'm never doing that. I'm never going back and looking at it. I'm never watching that interview like, I'm never doing that. I'm never going back and looking at that. You can even watch the interview. You can even watch the interview. You can even hear what that family was saying about you, Kevin. Because if you did, you might have to feel something, right? You might have to remember that you were human once, right? You might have to remember that before Netflix, before the private jets, before the plant. Okay? When they was accusing you a whole bunch of stuff that got dismissed, you are a black man from Philadelphia who's supposed to understand what it meant to have the world laugh at you. But see, that's the thing about selling out, y'all. It don't happen all at once. It happens slow. It happens one compromise at a time, one yes, sir, at a time, one dress at a time, one is just comedian at a time, until one day you wake up and you don't even realize the man in the mirror, and the mirror don't even recognize you either.
Kevin, for him, again, I'm not surprised. Kevin is bought and paid for. So he is not gonna, it's not really bothering him. He made his money. But what bothers me is that he keep bringing up Brady. What's his name? Brady. He
Tom,
is white. You're black. We're talking about that. Let me tell you something. I don't even like Charlie Kirk. And I don't even like people talking about Charlie Kirk assassination because that shit was creepy. We saw it. Like we saw it. That was horrible what happened. Just like we saw what happened to George Floyd. I mean, we saw what happened. It affected us. I think that if it was a roast, it should have been a roast to roast Kevin. That's it. Roast Kevin. Why are you roasting other people? Why are you roasting dead people? I don't even think they should have said anything about his father, his mother. If it was disrespectful, I don't think they should have said any of that. But they said it was a roast. And you hear somebody say, y'all probably didn't see the whole thing. I saw the whole thing. And the whole time my mouth was open because I was in a state of shock because that's type of comedy I don't like. I don't get off a comedy that is very racist or disrespectful to people like me. I'm just not into it. So again, I'm not surprised at Kevin Hart's his response to it. It just lets you know who he really is. And if y'all still continue to support him, that's on y'all. I would never support Kevin. And the only reason why I did watch it was because of Cat Williams. That was it.
Wow. You know Kevin at all, Carl? I worked with him, met him before or anything?
I was in his presence at the Comedy Cellar when Patrice was around. It was back in the day with Patrice O'Neill, and we were hanging out. But I wouldn't say I know him. I was just at a table, in an area where he was. But I wouldn't say I know him because he certainly doesn't know or remember me. But I was just in the proximity in an area with him before.
Gotcha.
But I think Black people have a different experience in America. And I know some people might say, well, some people in the comments are saying, well, Tom Brady's roast was brutal. Other roasts were brutal. But two things for me. One, the roast was about Kevin Hart. Keep the jokes to Kevin Hart. Why? It felt to me like those white comics felt like they had an opportunity to say all the horrible things they were thinking about Black people and Black
Oh
people.
yeah, that's what it felt like. Yes.
Yeah, and they just took that opportunity to it's the roast of Kevin Hart. Roast Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
mean,
it was 12 white writers.
right? Why are you roasting the women and the George Floyd? What does that have to do with Kevin Hart? Nothing. So it seemed like you just used this opportunity to to get a lot, like how it seemed like a lot of white people want to use the N-word, but they can't. Well, they could, but they know there's going to be some repercussions. So, but these white guys, here's our opportunity now to say all these horrible things about Black people that we have bottled up and try to make it funny, and they just use it. They just used it to
attack Black people. That's what it felt like to me. We should do a white roast. Roast white America.
Of course, they
At
say
a
we do it.
cookout. It should be a backyard cookout scene, and we just roast white people. How would they feel?
Well, I mean, a lot of white people say Kevin. I'm sure Kevin has done it. I've done it. I make fun of white people, but not in a cruel way. We might make fun of the way white people talk, the way they walk, the way they dance, the way they do stuff. You know what I mean? But white people like to climb mountains and they like to go ice climbing. And who climbs
stuff
ice?
We don't do.
Fun of, right?
Take pictures of grizzly bears, selfies with grizzly bears.
Right.
Kissing lions.
Right. We don't get personal and hurt. We don't try to say anything to hurt. We have fun with the difference between the cultures. But again, I think the black experience in America has been so horrible that you don't get to say certain things about Black people. And I know as a comedian that I might be contradicting myself but I just feel we have a different experience. But Kevin, what do you say?
I think Kevin Hart I gotta walk a fine thread here because
Oh, why? Because you know him?
no, I don't know Kevin Hart personally, but Kevin Hart's LOL network on YouTube did post my Def Comedy Jam tape on their YouTube channel, Kevin Hart's YouTube channel. Posted my
Okay.
Def Comedy Jam, which has 1 million hits, by the way.
Oh.
I was actually trending at one point thanks to Kevin Hart. So yeah, but to keep it real on the show, I thought he should have apologized. So I'm putting it in the universe. All right, I thought he should apologize. I think the George Floyd murder, public lynching, whatever way you want to say it, I think there's nothing funny about it. I thought the comic that did it should have been recommended and made to apologize. I think Kevin Hart should have took a stand and say, "Oh man, I'm good with everything, but the George Floyd thing, nah." Because like George Floyd's brother said, I was your fan, and I'm a fan of your, and Kevin Hart don't realize that there are a lot of people in George Floyd's world that pay to see his movies, that watch him, that admire him, and so you didn't stand up for those people. You didn't stand up for your fans. George Floyd's brother is your fan. If George Floyd was still alive, he'd probably be one of your fans. His daughter, when she gets older, will be probably one of your fans. I mean, George Floyd's mother's still alive, maybe. She's probably, I'm saying, you didn't think about these people that's still alive? His daughter, who's, I think she's like, what, 14 now? Something like that? Maybe 12, something like that. I think she's about 12 now. Yeah. You don't care about his daughter? She goes to a public school. She's not, she goes to a public school. She got, kids, her friends or kids in school that hate on her, got to, throw that in her face, So, yeah, I mean, can you imagine what a young girl like that got to deal with? Having a dad, your dad is George Floyd. You know how much crap she probably deal with every day or every week in school from mean ass kids. So yeah, he should have took a higher higher road on that one. So I'm disappointed that he didn't push back on the George Floyd joke. He didn't push back on the hanging joke either. There was the one joke. What's that little plant that they the little, I can't think of the name of it right now. It's like a real small plant they sell in the stores.
The bonsai plant.
Yeah, somebody said that Kevin Hart's so short. If he used to be hung, he'd be hung from a bonsai plant. Did you hear that one?
Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't push back on that either. I just don't think a white comedian can stand on stage and tell jokes about black people being hung, lynched, and murdered by police officers. I just think it's 100% unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, it's unacceptable. It should not happen. And Kevin Hart should have pushed back on all those jokes. Yeah, I mean, I watch YouTube. I watch one of my favorite comedians is I'm having a brain fart right now. One of my favorite. I used to watch the Frank Sinatra roast on YouTube. You ever watch those, Carl?
I watched it with Dean Martin.
Yeah, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, and those guys got roasted hard. And they did racist jokes towards Sammy. Sammy got the blunt of some racist jokes, some jokes that was a little tasteless, and he laughed them off and stuff like that, Don Rickles, that's what I meant to say. Right. But, with that being said, all those guys were best friends, and they made jokes about each other too. He made jokes about them too. They heard they're Italian or whatever. He made jokes about them too. So it was back and forth. But yeah, this is uncalled for. So yeah, in a roast, what I'm saying about going back to this Frank Sinatra thing, some roasts have racial humor in it, but lynching and police brutality is off the table. off the table.
Yeah, I think that those is not funny. It's so many different. Again, we all know roast are no joke. It's very raunchy, but I think certain ones need to be removed. And Kev had all rights to be able to, because if, like he said, this was his show, this was his roast. He could have took certain things out. He saw these jokes before they came in. I wouldn't be surprised if he was in the room when they was making the jokes. So again, he will never get my vote. He will never get my watch. I've been over Cav. I only watched it because of Cat Williams. And again, it was distasteful for me. That was it. That's my opinion. To everybody else, they liked it. It was good. What else? But I didn't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, well, he made a lot of money, so he don't give a rat's you know what right now.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to affect him. The cat is a very rich man, and you know, he needs to
Yeah, that's
man up and say, hey man,
He's not going to do that because again, we know that he's bought and paid for. He has certain contracts with certain people. He's not going to do that, and that's going to make them mad. But my thing is, nobody jokes about the Holocaust. They will never do that. They do not joke about the little hat. They will not do none of those things because they will lose their job. But they can come for us as Black people, and I don't think that that is nice at all. Anybody being unjust or being taken advantage of or abused or killed, they should not be a talking point for people if it's not going to uplift or make sure this doesn't happen again.
well, yeah, I mean, we're I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, but it's not going to happen. So he didn't apologize, and life goes on. So
Right, we got to move on. Let's move on to the next thing because I know I got to get ready to get off soon. I got to finish packing.
All right, so you guys want to see the black lady that got beat up by this cop in North Carolina?
Oh,
not
I didn't
really.
even see
It
it.
hurts. You know what, Carl? These videos, they hurt, man.
Yes,
I
they
cannot
do.
stomach watching a cop beat up. Was she a sister?
Yes, she was, but
If you want to show it, man, I can't watch it, man. I can't. I get so
Viewer
tired of watching us.
discretion.
I get so tired. You just finished saying how traumatized you was about George Floyd. We watched George Floyd die over and over again on the news and over again on YouTube and over again on Instagram. We watched George Floyd die, 200 times in my head because I've seen him 200 times
Okay, we
die.
saw
You know
like
what
a
I'm saying?
Timex
I get
commercial.
traumatized watching a helpless woman, and we've shown videos on the show over the last 5 years with police brutality. I don't know. You can play it, man. I get traumatized. I'll turn around or turn off. I get traumatized watching us get beat up by cops, man. It's just traumatizing to me to see a woman, especially a woman, being abused by a cop.
Well, let me. My point for showing videos like this, it's a show because people come on the show every day and they say every Sunday,
right?
Yeah, racism doesn't exist anymore. We need to get over it. Stuff like this doesn't happen. So I want to show people it still this is 2026 and it is still happening. So I cringe when I watch it, but I don't want to show it, but I just want to show people that we talked about people getting lynched. Black men are being lynched. And we do know, well, we don't see the actual body hanging from a tree, but it's 2026 and Black people are still and when you see these cops beating up these people, you literally see that they're just beating them up just because they get just like the comedians had an opportunity to tell some racist jokes and use the N-word, you can tell these cops they seize this opportunity to just beat the hell out of a Black person. She could have been a woman or a man. But I just want people to know it is happening. So all the people in the comments saying this doesn't happen anymore, we need to stop talking about race. To me, this shows people, no, we don't need to stop talking about race because we are still being brutalized.
And if they don't want us to talk about it, it keeps happening. Every week is something different. And there's so many different stories that we can't even cover. Okay? We just cover, ones that affect us and touch us. But It's sad that we even have to cover this, but we have to talk about it so we can be able to know that it is going on and for us to make change.
Yeah, because there's no reason. I mean, the sister was not resisting. She was doing everything the cop said, and but evil does exist, and I
Yeah.
just want people to know that.
All right,
So
let's do it.
No. So here we go.
All right.
I don't have a warrant. I don't have a warrant or it's in the house. What are you doing? I don't have a warrant or it's in the house.
Let go! Let go!
I don't have what?
Let go! I got her.
Ow.
I got her. Carver.
You
beat them people.
Ow.
I got her.
No, hold on.
Put your hands behind your back.
I don't have a warrant or anything. No, excuse me, sir. No, excuse me. No, wow, excuse me. You wrong for that. No, excuse me, sir. Like,
put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Excuse me.
Hands behind your back.
No,
cooperate.
Cooperate.
No. Hands behind your back.
I rebuke the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, the devil. No, what you are? Who is that girl? Excuse me. No, excuse me. Excuse me. Can you? Excuse me. Baby, cooperate. Excuse me. That's what they do.
Grab her hand.
No, excuse me. No, can you?
30 this morning, the officer involved in this incident has been terminated from employment with the Shelby Police Department. In addition, the findings of our administrative investigation have been turned over to the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation for an independent review of any criminal violations. This step is being taken to ensure transparency, accountability, and public confidence in our actions as a law enforcement agency. As I stated yesterday, community trust is the foundation of effective policing. The officers, telecommunicators, and leadership of the Shelby Police Department remain committed to maintaining and strengthening that trust every day. Our agency is guided by the core values of honesty, teamwork, integrity, professionalism, and respect, and we hold ourselves accountable to those standards. As a lifelong resident of this community, I care deeply about the residents we serve and the reputation of this department. While this incident does not reflect the values of the Shelby Police Department, it does reinforce the importance of holding ourselves to the highest standards of conduct. As we move forward, our commitment to the City of Shelby remains unchanged, to protect our community with courage and serve our community with compassion. At this time, I'd like to introduce our City Manager, Justin Merritt, for some additional comments.
Thank you, Chief Frazier. The past 24 hours have been difficult for our community and have strained the fabric of trust that is at the core.
And luckily, that happened in front of a doorbell camera.
Yeah, that they was able to see what happened.
Luckily, because if it wasn't, no one was recording in the cell. If that doorbell camera did not capture that video, you know what I mean, she would have been in jail, and she probably would have ended up dead. You know what I mean, like they did to Sandra Bland.
Right.
But I hear it's watch that. I mean, it hurt. It literally hurts. I mean, tears come to my eyes. You know what I mean? Because she's so helpless. And he's punching her with everything he's got. He's literally punching her in her face with everything he's got.
My thing is, why was he locking her up? You know, what was it that he had to be so aggressive with, and it had to take another cop to come over to be able to help. And I talk to Black people all the time, even my nieces and nephews. Please don't resist. Don't resist. Just put your hands behind your back, because they will hurt you. They do not care. You're not white. Now, a white person, they'll let her get away with it. You understand what I'm saying? They won't hit them, bust them upside the head. They don't do nothing to them. But if we do it, we're getting busted upside our head. We're getting hurt. We're getting, and it looked like something was wrong with her also. That's another thing. You have a lot of people that are dealing with mental issues or going through something, and people don't have empathy or sympathy for them. They should have called a female cop on the scene, to be able to check her or whatever the case may be. It could have been so many different ways that could have been dealt with. But it's sad that it happened, but also it was a wake-up call because you saw it through the camera, and he had to lose his job because of overly policing. He didn't have to, beat her like that. That was just really sad.
And we know they can't restrain themselves because we have shown videos, and there are lots of videos out there showing police arresting white violent criminals, and they treat them with kid gloves. Right?
What state was this in, Carl? What state this happened in?
I'm not sure what state that was in. I don't know.
Okay. I'm curious because he said
North Carolina.
Okay, he said that it's going to hurt the trust of the community. That there's already no trust. What's the captain talking about? The sergeant, whoever he was. There's no trust. Black people don't trust police. Before the beating. So there's no trust. I don't know what he's talking about. This is going to affect the trust of the. I'm glad they fired the guy, but then, he'll probably go somewhere else and get another job.
Yeah.
At another police force. The police officer that shot Tamar Rice on the playground in Ohio was hired, had a bad police record, was fired from another police force, and was hired by the police force that he was on when he killed that young kid, 14-year-old kid on the playground, at 13, I'm sorry. And he had just got on the force. He's been on the job for 2 days with the new police force.
And shot a kid.
Shot a kid and killed him, yeah. And got off, by the way. It was never, and probably back the guy, the ICE agent who killed Renee Good, is that her name? That shot her in the face in Minneapolis. He's back on the streets of New York working now. So these guys commit these crimes and kill people and murder people. They just go get other jobs at other police forces, man. If Derek Chauvin didn't get convicted, he would probably be on the police force right now. He wouldn't be in Minneapolis, but he got hired in Florida somewhere to work on the force. Derek Chauvin is the guy who killed George Floyd, people that don't know. So, yeah, these guys, and they do get off, they just get other jobs in different police forces. So, yeah. So, there's nothing to stop that because actually, speaking of Donald Trump, he passed a law to help them that they didn't have to, because I think Biden put something in place to stop cops from getting jobs once they've been convicted or fired for doing things like what this guy did. And then Trump came in and changed it. He changed it. So these guys can go get another job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that incident happened in North Carolina in Shelby County.
Shelby County, do you know the biggest city? Shelby County. I'm gonna look it up because I want to see.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Shelby County, North Carolina. Thank you, Tiffany. What's the biggest city next to Shelby County, North Carolina?
All right. So they took Trump's name off of the Kennedy building.
No, they're about to. They got 2 more weeks.
So his name is going to be removed from the Kennedy building.
How dare he anyway? See, that's how you know that people have the balls to do the things that they do. How dare you do that to a president that is deceased?
Right.
And they put that up in memorializing him because he loved the arts. You're going to get mad, and you're going to put your name up there, and now you're mad because they're taking your name down. You didn't even supposed to do that because you didn't even have Congress even okay it. So whoever okayed it and allowed them to put it up there for 2 weeks, it was longer than, I think it's been a month or so or something like that. Y'all allowed him to do that? That's horrible. Now they have to take it down. Any memorabilia or anything that with Trump name got to be taken down. Everything got to be taken down. Goodbye. They should have never did that. They should have never did that. You know how people love them some John F. Kennedy.
Here's a video.
A federal judge says President Trump cannot officially rename the Kennedy Center with his own name. The new filing just in says Congress gave the Kennedy Center its name, and only Congress can change it, ordering the administration to remove the new signage, the president's name, change the website as well over the next 14 days. The judge will also stop the president from closing the performing arts facility for 2 years while it undergoes repair work. However, it does not prevent the work from getting done. Democratic Congresswoman Joyce Beatty is on the board of the Kennedy Center and brought the lawsuit. She writes in a statement to NBC News, quote, "The Kennedy Center is an institution that belongs to the American people, not to Donald Trump." But in the last hour, the half hour, the president said, quote, "We are going to be working with Congress to transfer this failing institution back to them so they can make a determination as to what to do with it."
Hey y'all, this is George Cook at African American Reports, and I have some good news. Last year, back in December 2025, Representative Joyce Beatty of Ohio sued to take Donald Trump's name off of the Kennedy Center. And today, a judge ruled in her favor. The judge ruled that the board broke the law when it added Donald Trump's name to the Kennedy Center, as the law that established the Kennedy Center clearly said that it must be named after President Kennedy and no one else. The judge also said that Congress gave the center his name and only Congress can change the name. The judge ordered the board to remove Donald Trump's name from the Kennedy Center within 2 weeks and to remove all references to a Trump Kennedy Center from the website. So congratulations to Representative Joyce Beatty for fighting back and getting the proper name restored to the Kennedy Center. All right, y'all. Goodbye and God bless.
Yeah, I mean, this man is just now. They're having a concert, and was it supposed to be a concert, or just a celebration of the
I
250?
think it's a celebration of 250 years of America. They're having a concert, but the thing is, the people that was on the lineup, right? They never told them it was a Trump event, and then they found out and was like, "Oh no, we're not going to be. We don't want to do it. We don't want to do it." So they didn't know at first that it. Well, that's what I heard allegedly, that they didn't know at first that it was a Trump event. But then when they found out it was a Trump event, they wound up, saying that they did not want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad Morris Day and the Time dropped out, but I love Morris Day and the Time. I would be heartbroken if I had to boycott those boys. That's my
Yeah,
group.
because if I see him performing for Trump and his cronies, I would have been like, ugh.
Yeah, so they dropped out, but everybody's dropping out. I think 7 of the 9 acts dropped out. The only one that's still the guy from TC Music Factory is still trying to hang in there and get that check.
Vanilla Ice is still in there too.
And Vanilla Ice, well, Vanilla Ice is
He's Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice is I believe, a Trump supporter, so I believe so.
Well, he said if Biden was in office and asked him to perform, he would do it as well. He said it doesn't matter. He said I don't vote anyway. It's what Mr. Ice.
Is that what he said? Mr. Rich Guy? Okay.
Okay. Well, they need to get Kid Rock. Wait a minute, they got Kid Rock. Why they can go get Snoop Dogg? He didn't do anything for money. Nelly's stupid as hell. Go get them. They'll do it. I don't know why. They don't care. As long as they getting some money, they'll perform. We already signed their ass off. I don't think Chrisette Michelle gonna go back anytime soon. She lost her whole life messing around with Trump. So it's so many other people. What's the YMCA?
They can get Chili. They get Chili from TLC.
Yeah, YMCA word. Chili, get all of the MAGA lovers. They would do it.
No, it's not a lot. So he's gonna have to go grab some country artists.
Carrie Underwood. I mean, come on. You got so many people that you can be able to put in there. Who else in the chat that they can who they can bring up there besides the people that is not
The Village People. Don't forget the Village People.
Yeah, the Village. Isn't that the YMCA?
Yeah. He loved them. They loved
I mean, come on, Jake Hulk Hogan up here do something.
Jake Hulk Hogan up.
That was a joke.
We get it.
That's funny. That was funny.
He has enough MAGA people that love him and they want to salute. Let them go up there and do it, But I'm gonna be honest with you. If I see any of my favorite artists up there, I'm gonna be very listen. I'm so disgusted with Snoop Doggy Dogg. Snoop would sell his ass to the highest bidder for a blunt. So I'm just so disgusted. Him, Nelly, and all of them. So again, he has so many people he can pick from.
Well, if they call Carl to do comedy, he'll be there. I'll tell you that.
Oh, matter of fact, how about you? I bet you if they give you some money, you'll be up there.
sure Kevin will put on a mask. Kevin,
Okay.
Kevin's got some mask in his.
That's funny. Hey,
What I want to know is Frankenstein comic.
was it back in the day the unknown comic that used to wear the bag over his head? That would be me, bro. Get that freaking $20,000 check immediately.
And wasn't that? I think that's his first concert. Did they ever do a concert like this on the over there before
Somebody,
Kev?
Tiffany, somebody put a list out of all the artists that performed for the Obamas over the 8 years, and it was a stellar list of just top of the line stars, from Aretha Franklin to Smokey Robinson to you name it. Everybody who's Bruce Springsteen, Mick Jagger, they just went down this whole A-list of artists that somebody said, I'm posting this for the fun of it. And they had a whole list of all the A-list entertainers that entertained the Obamas at the White House, at concerts and things like that over the 8-year span that they was in office. And it was all top of the line mega entertainers, you know, and just is just to see this list that Trump had, Milli Vanilli and CC Music Factory, and you know, the artists that he has, their careers are basically most of the careers are basically over in the dirt or something of that
Unsung,
nature.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, unsung people who just doesn't. And most of them probably need the money anyway. I mean, Kid Rock's probably doing okay financially, but most of these guys don't have no careers, man. So I don't know, you know.
But
Milli
all money
Vanilli.
ain't good money. You know, all money ain't good money.
Yeah.
And
Oh, because Gloria Gaynor caught a lot of heat, right? Because her big audience was the LGBT community was big supporters of her. She had the song "I Will." Was it Gloria Gaynor? "I Will Survive"? Is that the chick
I will
that?
survive.
Yeah, she went out. They came out and found out she's a MAGA, you know, and people were like, "What? You're a MAGA? Your whole audience is LGBT people that come out to see your shows, and all Trump's policies is against the gay community, and you still supporting this guy." So she lost a huge following of her audience. You know, so she's been kind of quiet, but you see her. You see she's down on this concert.
Yeah, somebody mentioned Carrie Underwood. I'm surprised she's not on it. Maybe she's busy, too busy.
Listen, get
Either
all the men.
too
And you
busy, or
gotta
they don't
remember,
want to kick the money out for her because she gets a pretty penny for her shows. Maybe they don't want to kick out that fee that she's they can
they
afford
don't
it.
want to pay it.
Yeah, she
But you gotta remember
she
too.
demands a lot of money for her shows. She's not a small name act like CC Music Factory and all those guys, you know, Milli Vanilli. These guys getting like 10, 12 grand for a show or something like that. That's peanuts. I mean, Perry Underwood, she's getting that money, you know, serious money for her shows.
You
You
know
know.
they want those. They want black entertainers. We've been entertaining white people all our lives. They want that black entertainment, but black entertainment is like, nah, we not messing with y'all. Y'all
You
don't
just
even
sound like
appreciate
Sophia
it.
just now from Color Purple just now when you say that.
But
We've been entertaining you all our lives.
That's hilarious. Yeah, quick question. Do you guys think putting black business at the end of your business hurts black people? If a black, like Kevin, if you opened a business and you said it's a black business, or Tiff, if
a
you
black owned business.
black owned, do you think it hurts or helps? Do you think we should stop doing that, or
No, I don't think we should. We should let it be known that we are a black owned business. But you might have somebody that's whites might be upset that we say black owned business. I wouldn't be surprised they try to stop it. But it shouldn't be wrong with that. You know, we are. Why we can't stamp ourselves as being a black owned business? What's wrong with it?
all right? Here's some people chiming in on should we say black owned.
It's like saying, like, when you go shop at a black-owned business, right? And you say, oh,
You
they
have to
have
stop
great...
saying black-owned business, okay? It's a business. Once you say black-owned business, guess what you're doing?
You
cut
know,
your
I would
margins
like
down.
to finish my point.
You will, but you got to understand where
I'm going to use the words that matter to me.
I know, but the words that you're saying are hurtful.
There is a point.
Go
and
ahead,
if you would reserve yourself, you would hear it.
Go ahead, sister. Talk your talk.
So it's like when you shop at a black-owned business, a lot of times people will say, oh, I had a negative experience at this black-owned business, and so I'm not going to shop there or patronize there anymore. But you have negative experiences at Walmart, you have negative experiences at Nordstrom, at Saks, at Bergdorf, but you continue to go there. You have you know who has the worst customers? Apple. Apple hates y'all, and y'all, we continue to buy everything from Apple, and Apple literally gives you their butt to kiss anytime you have an issue with your device. They're like, oh, too bad, buy another one, right?
Speak for yourself. We great all Apple products.
I'm just saying in general, right? Let your Apple care lapse to see how kind they are to you, right? But you will go and patronize a business from your own community. And the minute that the service is not higher than high, top notch, it's like, I'm never coming back. But the reality is that it's a business and they have a learning curve. And the same way that you can expect and respect the learning curves at other businesses, why not respect that within your community? Why is it that you're holding your community to an obscenely high and different standard than you hold any other business that you do business with? That makes no sense to me.
Because I don't expect to be treated bad by my own people.
Yeah, but some of our people are not, they don't have proper management either. Because I support black-owned businesses. I support black-owned, everything. Some have great customer service. Some have suck customer service. I just don't service with you no more, And that's with black or white or any type of business I go in. If you treat me good, I'll come back. If you don't, I'm not. But I like to really go more from black-owned businesses because we need to support each other more. Our money needs to flip within each other instead of always giving our money to other people that really don't care about us because they don't buy into us. And it's sad because that's Asian people, it's white people, it's some West Indian people that I have met have their own businesses. They don't support us, but we come in there and we support them. So again, anybody that treats you well in business, you want to be supported. But me as a black woman, I like to support black-owned businesses. And there's nothing wrong with it.
But Jewish people there's Jewish memorial hospitals all over the place. It says it right there in the name, Jewish Memorial Hospital. Jewish.
Again, we are black. They are Jewish. We have, come on, Carl. I wish.
That brother is saying that it hurts the business if you say black owned.
Well, something is wrong with him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not even from here. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if he's first generation from the Allens or something. You understand? To be honest with you, because he's only the one that, only people like that think about that is people that don't understand Black Americans and what we go through in our businesses. You understand? Because a lot of people think we're lazy and we don't do anything. No, we work. We have businesses. We work very hard.
Tiff, I don't think you can put that on Caribbean. I don't think
I didn't say all. I think it's some.
But I don't think he is.
No, I didn't say. I said I would not be surprised if he's from somewhere else or a first generation. What's the name of the website? The guy. I would find him and we can find out where he's from.
Well, I get what he was saying. He's saying that if you put black owned, that white people are not going to come, which I don't understand. Why would they not come? Because it says black owned.
We didn't say we wasn't servicing white people. We said we ain't saying blacks only.
Right. So I don't. And if somebody's not going to shop at a place that says black owned, you weren't going to shop there anyway. Once you found out it was owned by a black person, just saying black owned should not be a deterrent. But here, I don't know if this guy says that straight black men are. He says straight black men are the cancer, are the problem with the black community. Kev, so he's talking about you and I.
Okay.
He's saying we are the problem. So Tiffany, you can tell me, are we the problem after you listen to this guy? And I don't know if he has a point. You guys can let me know if you think he has a point.
It has now come to the time that we have a conversation. I've been saying for years on this show that black men need to have a conversation, black men alone. We have got to figure out what is going on with us. This is not something that black women can help us with. This conversation does not include black women. Black women stand down and stand to the side. Black men need to have a kumbaya amongst themselves. And I'm going to niche this out a little more. And it's heterosexual black men. I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this, but I'm going to say it out loud with my whole chest. Straight black men are the cancer of the black community. That's where it starts and that's where it stops. Ladies, I'm here to tell y'all something. All this shit that y'all got going on, some of y'all, not all of y'all, with the gays and with the trans, let it go. Your issue is not a trans woman. Your issue is not a punk or not a sissy. Your issue is all of our issue. Straight black men. Straight black men are the enemy to the gays. Straight black men are the enemy to the trans. Straight black men are who are causing harm to the girls and the women. That's where it's at. Now y'all can shoot the messenger.
This is Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. The whole reason why a man like that is comfortable even being platformed and saying something like that is because black women have supported men like this in behavior like this. And I want to make it clear, it is not all black women. Now, black men have had problems just like every race of men. It is heterosexual straight black men that have always been on the front lines fighting for the freedom and the liberation of black people, fighting white supremacy, getting lynched, getting burnt, dying and struggling. Y'all must have forgot. And furthermore, that fight indirectly and unintentionally, may I add, is the reason why this delusional black man can prance around and talk as though he is a moral compass. You want to know what the real cancer to the black community is? His lifestyle. You want to know what a real cancer to the black community is? Sexual deviance, hating your people for no reason, solving our issues and conflicts with violence. But do you really want to know the biggest cancer we have in the black community? It is a lack of righteous morals. And that's the black authentic truth.
Kev, you a cancer, brother.
No. So wait a minute, so bug because I watch him. His name is Q, aka Funky Dineva. And Funky Dineva has been on YouTube for a very long time. He's one of the top YouTubers up there. I don't agree with everything that he says, but he is Joe. I do watch him. But I will say this. I don't think that he should just blame everything on black men because why did he forget we are the ones that have black men. So we are not only just looking at black men, we have to look at black women that have these black men. Okay, a lot of these men have mommy issues, have women issues, have abandonment issues. You know, they see their father either abusing. So this will leak onto them in how they deal with everyday life with women, with their children, with their family. So I don't think that he should only just blame it on black men. Yes, our black men are going through their own thing, but nobody never asks why. Just like that man that killed all 7 of his children and shot his baby mothers. Not one time did anybody say what happened before then to make him snap to do that. It all starts from somewhere. So my thing is, I don't think it's just a man issue. It's a woman issue. It's a family issue. We need to work more together to find solutions for each other. And if we do have mental issues or anything, we need to talk about it. So, you know, I'm not with what he's saying that is all black men having issues. No, it's all of us that have issues. He want to talk about the girls and the trans. My thing is, most of the trans that I came across, they always want to mess around with how do you say, straight black men, and then get mad when they keep them hidden because they have wives. That's their problem, not our problem at all, because you're supposed to be comfortable within yourself and you shouldn't be messing around with straight men. Mess with somebody that is of your kind. You understand? And if they wind up killing you because or unaliving you because you want to tell their secret, that's on y'all, because nobody want to live their life properly. Okay, so that's with that sexual deviance and stuff like that. But again, it's not just black men, it's all of us.
All right, Kev, you have any rebuttal to the that guy's gay, right? Right, Tiffany?
Huh?
Guy on YouTube, he's a gay guy, right?
Yes. Q is gay. Yes.
Yeah, because his mannerisms led me to believe that he was gay.
Yeah, Q is gay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, he was going pretty.
I have no rebuttal to that fool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying not everybody is into him like that, but that's Q.
Complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. What he said. I have no. That's my rebuttal. Complete nonsense. I want to waste my energy on this dude. Thanks for showing the clip, though.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank everyone for watching our show. Thank you for joining us here on another Sunday of the Black Therapy Show. We really enjoyed the comments. I didn't get to read all of them or respond. I usually try to respond to as much as I can, as we can, but a lot of the comments are very negative, which we don't mind. But I forgot to put the link in the chat, and I always invite people to come on if they want to, share their opinion. I didn't do it today. I just did not remember. But yeah, we appreciate everyone watching. We appreciate you commenting. And we hope you guys join us here on next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time. We will be here. With that said, Kevin, before we go, did you learn anything today, or do you want to share anything before we leave?
Yeah, man. Give a shout out and a rest in peace to Ronald Laprede. Ronald Laprede was a bass player and also the founding member of the group, the Commodores, who passed away today. Founding member of the great group, the Commodores, which we all know Lionel Richie was the lead singer of the Commodores, but this brother was actually the founder of the group. So he passed away. Also, we lost another young man, Silvers, from the group The Silvers, who passed away. He's had a troubled life, being a child star and growing up and getting involved with drugs and did some time in jail. But I heard he turned his life around, but I don't know the cause of death, but he just passed away. And then it's been floating all over the internet today that R&B legend
People Bryson.
Peabo Bryson had a trouble stroke today, and he's fighting for his life down in Atlanta hospital. And he's just been out on tour with Jeffrey Osborne. They've been doing tours around the country together, a co-headliner tour, him and Jeffrey Osborne, another great voice. So prayers for Peabo Bryson and to the two men who lost their lives. The Commodores have given some great R&B music, soul music over the years, and his brother, one of the reasons behind it, because he discovered the group. And yeah, man. So, and Silvers had some great music. They were like a kickoff of the Jackson 5, for all the Black community. We grew up, the Silvers was like that. We call them the fake Jacksons, but they actually had some good music. Some good hits. And they were a very talented group of people. I watched their Unsung, and they're a really talented group. They just got caught up in the Hollywood, the drugs and all that stuff, got most of the members and stuff like that. It's a damn shame. And but they had some good hits, and they didn't get the success that the Jacksons got, but they were doing their thing. They did their thing. So rest in peace, man, to those two brothers. That's it for me, man. I want to give a shout out to them.
You're leaving Florida tonight, right? Or tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be leaving soon. Yeah, in a few hours. Thank God. Back to Brooklyn. But yeah, Orlando was nice. I enjoyed it. The Airbnb was nice. Shout out to Chef Roberts. He came over. If you ever need a chef, check him out. Chef Roberts from Orlando. He came over and made bought me some salmon cakes, waffles, and some grits. Like, Black owned business. I try to support, so
Good.
definitely Orlando looked out. Again, shout out to my family. I'm spending time with my mother, my sister, and my nephew, and my friends that's here. Hey, Faith. You want to say hi to everybody. Thank you again to everyone that's chiming in. We appreciate you. We appreciate those likes. We appreciate you you watching us. We do this because we want to have that conversation. We want to talk about things that is going on today that affects us. It's not that we're whining or we're racist. It's not that. Okay, we don't have that much money. We don't have money to be racist like that. We don't own anything. We don't own the big white building. We don't own none of those things. But we do have to have the conversation. So again, thank you again. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Come and see us next week. If you ever want to talk or come on and say what you need to say, we love that also. So again, thank you. We do not own the rights to this content or this music, okay? Fair use only, okay? So again, thank you again and peace to all. And I love y'all too, Kevin and Carl. Shout out to y'all family. We love you. Thank you so much.
All right.
Safe travels back, Tiff. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we didn't get to this story. I didn't want to do another story of a Black person dying at the hands of some non-Black people. But Cyrus Carmack Belton, you can follow, go to TikTok or YouTube. But he's a 14-year-old kid that was shot and killed by a Korean. I keep saying Korean, but I think
Asian person. Asian.
I know they said they were speaking Cantonese. So I'm not sure if Cantonese.
Asian.
In what country Cantonese? If there's a specific country that speaks Cantonese, but please check out Cyrus Carmack Belton. It's a very interesting story. He was 14 years old. He went into a store, took up 5 bottles of water, put all 5 of them back. The store owner thought that he put 4 back and kept 1. The store owner's son ran after him, claimed that he pulled a gun. The video clearly showed there was no gun. But anyway, they shot him in the back and now he's dead. So just more proof that we're not safe. But before we go, I'd like to showcase at least one business at the end of our show. And I know this is right up Kevin's alley. It's a smoothie shop. I think it's in Baltimore. This smoothie shop, Kev. So
wow, okay.
If you travels, you might want to visit this Black-owned business.
This right here is insane. Listen, y'all can judge me all y'all want, but I drove all the way to Baltimore for this right here. Because respectfully, Rita's could never. I stopped by this Black-owned spot called the Smoothie Garden. And not only are they filling these rare yellow watermelons with Italian ice, but they're also giving you a twist on regular fruit smoothies and giving you the best of both worlds. You got the icy, and you got a smoothie all in one. It's fruity and refreshing. This genius. All you need is some liquor. I guess dreams really do come true. Cause your girl love a little drinky drink. And I ain't gonna lie, the combo was already good, but that took it up a whole other level. Woo! And I know y'all asking where the food at. Hold your horses. The owner is from Philly and she made this Philly cheesesteak on a pretzel. Yes, you heard that right, a pretzel. The cheese pull was crazy and I was going bite for bite. Now this other one came with shrimp and lump crab, which is perfect for people in Maryland. Cause y'all eat seafood for breakfast. It was well seasoned and I was definitely feeling it. The last thing I had was the funnel cake topped with fresh fruit. I don't even gotta say much, just watch the reaction. 10 out of 10. Make y'all way to the Smoothie Garden and tell them I sent you.
The Smoothie Garden, Kev.
I'm gonna check that out. I'm actually gonna be in Baltimore in a few weeks, passing through. So I'm gonna let you know how good it is because I'm gonna Google that spot. I'm gonna go there and get a smoothie.
And do a video.
Of course, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna put it on my YouTube and on my Instagram and on my TikTok. No doubt about that. And I will let y'all know if it was the bomb. Let you know the price. I'm gonna do a video on it. I'm gonna go there and do a video on the whole thing. Trust me, I'm gonna be in Baltimore 2 weeks from now, passing through.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So check out the Smoothie Garden.
We'll do that. If it's really expensive, I'm gonna let y'all know.
Okay.
Also, the customer service. Let us
Yeah.
know. Because a lot of people complain about the customer service at Black businesses.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I go to the Jamaican restaurant all the time and order food. This lady, man, is so frugal, man. I can order $200 worth of food. She gives me 2 little teeny napkins. I'm like, are you sure? All this food, I just spent $70 in here, $60 in here, and you give me 2 little teeny napkins and 2 little teeny plastic forks. If I ask for another napkin, her face scrunches up so bad. I'm like, are you serious? Like, yeah. So yeah, we got to do better, Black people. Try to support Black business, but the experiences are never. And we get bad treatment at other businesses, but you don't expect bad treatment from our people.
No.
Yeah.
So check out, what's it called? The Smoothie what? What's the name of that?
Smoothie Garden in Baltimore.
Garden, Baltimore. If you're ever in
I'm
Baltimore.
gonna go to it. I'll let y'all know. I'll do a video on it. We'll talk about it on the show. Yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kev, I love you.
Love you, bro. Tiff, safe travels back, sis.
Shout out to Donna. We haven't seen Scooby D2. I know Gina's in Italy. Shout out to Patricia. Thank you. Bridget, Mama Lee, and all the folks watching on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is over, and so Facebook and YouTube. We want to thank you guys so much, and we love you and thank you for watching. And see you guys next Sunday.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. We in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know, with Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We'll be giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. It's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Not yet, Kev. Not yet.
Are we off?
Not yet.